What up humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about the fighter hero, Argus. Argus has a good set of pull, area of effect, and buff skills. Our Nightstalker, Argus, is a fighter hero. I consider Argus as a killing fighter since his skills are meant to focus on dealing damage to enemies. Not only that, his ultimate skill makes him unkillable during its duration. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Argus based on my experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Argus's passive Warmonger lets Argus empower his blade. Every time Argus deals damage, his blade gains charges which has an indication meter below his health bar. The lower his health points, the faster his blade charges. When the blade is fully charged, his next basic attack hits twice rapidly, and he will slash towards the target. Argus's first skill, Demonic Grip, lets Argus unleash his demonic hand towards a specified direction. If the demonic hand hits an enemy hero, the target receives physical damage and Argus will pull himself towards the target. Hitting a target lets you use this skill again. Using it again will make Argus slash towards the enemy that he hits and will deal extra physical damage. If this skill fails to hit an enemy hero, he will just pull himself towards the target location. Argus's second skill, Meteoric Sword, lets Argus charge his sword to deal a devastating charge with his blade. After a short period of charging his blade, Argus strikes the enemies with his demonic blade which deals physical damage and slowing the movement of the enemy's hit. The demonic blade will curse the target for a few seconds. While cursed, the target leaves a cursed trail that grants Argus extra movement speed while stepping on the trail. Argus's ultimate skill, Eternal Evil, lets Argus be immune to death. Using this skill, transform Argus into a fallen angel and will clear all the debuffs applied to him. Also, he recharges his blade once and becomes immune to death for a short while. The duration he gets controlled is reduced while on this form. During this form, the damage he deals to enemies will regenerate health for him. Also, all the damage he deals during the skill duration will be converted to health points after the Fallen Angel mode. There are so many items that you can buy for Argus. You can focus on items that grants physical attack, critical chance and damage, attack speed, and items that grants you lifesteal. You can consider the Bursty Thirsty build if you prefer more burst damage. You can also consider the Sustainability build if you prefer to deal more damage to jungle monsters. But let's talk about the Kurumi way further. As for starting item, you can consider buying Hunter's Knife. This will grant you additional experience and damage to jungle monsters. This is a great item in early game since it will help you level up faster while killing jungle monsters. For your kicks, you can consider Swift Boots. Swift Boots grants additional attack speed and movement speed. Having additional attack speed will make your basic attacks faster. This will let you deal lots of attacks, especially during team fights. You also might want to consider Scarlet Phantom. This item grants physical attack speed, and critical chance. Its unique passive grants you additional attack speed and critical chance after dealing a critical hit to an enemy. This buff lasts for a few seconds. You can consider buying Berserker's Fury. This item gives you additional physical attack and critical chance. Its unique passive grants you additional critical damage on your critical hits. Also, dealing critical hits will increase your physical attack by a certain amount for a short period of time. You might also want to consider Haas's Claws. This item grants you lifesteal and additional physical attack. Its unique passive will grant you extra lifesteal when your health point reaches a certain point. You also might want to consider Blade of Despair. This item grants additional physical attack and movement speed. Its unique passive will give you additional physical attack when the target's health is below a certain percentage. The movement speed bonus can also help you chase enemies or escape death. Lastly, you might want to consider Immortality. This grants you physical defense and health points. Its unique passive lets you resurrect after 2 seconds upon death. This resurrects you and give you 15% health points and a shield that lasts for a few seconds. This item has a really long cooldown. The item build for Argus really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's descriptions so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Argus is Sprint. This can really help you run from danger or chase enemies. You can also consider Inspire. Using Inspire will grant you additional attack speed. More attack speed means more damage to be dealt during team fights. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Assassin Emblem Set. Custom Assassin Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as an assassin. Set agility to its max level because it can give you additional movement speed. Higher movement speed means higher chance to chase enemies or escape death. Setting invasion to max level will provide you physical penetration. Higher physical penetration means higher damage on your basic attacks and skills. Get killing spree to restore health points and gain movement speed upon killing an enemy. This effect lasts for 5 seconds. With your burst attacks, you can definitely kill enemies swiftly as possible. So this will definitely let him survive inside team fights further. But in case you are not that type, just consider Bounty Hunter or High and Dry instead. Set second skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the damage of this skill higher. That means you can deal more damage to enemy heroes and clear lanes easily with this. Prioritize first skill less since your first skill is what you need to deal more damage to enemies. Always upgrade ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Before we proceed, take note that Argus has massive attack damage. So whether you like it or not, you will mostly depend on his basic attacks to deal destructive damage. But just don't be too reckless even if you have pretty dependable damage, okay? Argus's passive skill is what you need to deal multiple basic attacks every now and then. The indicator for the charge of your blade is below your health bar. Your blade recharges every time you deal damage to enemies. The lower your health, the more charge you gain. Your blade recharges over time, but it's really slow. But the recharging of your blade over time is also affected by how much health you currently have. This skill is your friend when you are attacking enemies. Having a full charge on your blade will let you deal another attack swiftly to help you take down the target easily. Take note that every time you deal the additional swift basic attack, you somehow dash a little bit towards the target. This will also help you to farm faster either in your lane or in the jungle. The charging of your blade and the swift attack from your passive is also applied against turrets. This can help you push faster to achieve your objectives to win the match. Argus's first skill is what you need to chase enemies or escape death. When an enemy has been hit by the demon hand, that target will be stunned during the pulling of Argus. This skill considers any enemy unit as something that he can pull towards to except for minions. So if a jungle monster is blocking the enemy hero, you will be pulled towards the jungle monster instead of the enemy hero. You can also save your allies by stunning the enemy chasing them. You can use this skill to dash towards the direction where the demonic hand grappled on to further chase dying enemies. Take note that when your demon hand was able to touch an enemy, you can cast this skill again. Using the skill again will make you dash a little bit towards the specified direction. This will greatly help you chase the dying enemy. Just be careful on which direction you use the second instance of this skill, because instead of chasing towards the enemy, you might end up dashing towards the direction where the enemy is not. Lastly, you can use this skill to pull yourself away from danger since even if it doesn't hit a target, you will still be pulled towards the specified direction. Argus's second skill is what you need to slow down enemies and make your movement speed faster. Enemies hit by the thrust will receive physical damage and have their movement speed reduced. The movement speed reduction can help you chase the enemies that are scared of your massive damage. Also take note that enemies hit by this skill will leave a trail of darkness along their way. When Argus steps on the trail, his movement speed will be increased to help him further chase the target. This skill has a decent range which you can use to slow down escaping enemies, or to finish them off. This can also help you farm faster by dealing area of effect damage to minions. Argus's ultimate skill is what you need to sustain and survive inside team fights. Using your ultimate skill will make you unkillable for a short while. While on your ultimate skill, since you are unkillable, you can just tank the damage from everything and proceed with your bloodlust killing. The regeneration from attacking an enemy during the Fallen Angel state can help you sustain more in team fights, especially you are unkillable during this state. This is best used when enemies try to kill you, especially under the enemy turret. Always remember that your ultimate skill does not automatically activate, so better focus on your health bar and use your ultimate skill a little earlier before you die. Because if not, then you are dead because you got killed. Take a look on this scenario. Fanny used her ultimate skill to erase our existence from this planet. But since Roddick's reflexes are faster, he was able to use his ultimate skill before Fanny even landed her cutthroat skill. This skill will save you no matter what happens as long as you use it on the right timing. You can also use this skill to escape safely from dying moments like this one. We also observed on one of our matches that we weren't able to use our ultimate skill during the pull from our first skill, so better be aware of this. Lastly, when you are experiencing a debuff or being crowd controlled, you can use your ultimate skill to get out from those effects. We will be testing some crowd control skills against his ultimate skill on the experiments section. Here we are again with our experiments. We have our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, to demonstrate with us some heroes that can greatly counter or dominate Argus in-game. First we have Helgert. Let's see if we can instantly use our ultimate skill when silenced by Helgert. As you can see, even if we are still silenced, we were able to use our ultimate skill. This is a great counter against librarians who wants to shut you up. Next we have Kaja. Let's see first if we escaped from Kaja's ultimate skill using our ultimate skill. As you can see, we were still pulled by Kaja even if we have used our ultimate skill. But the best part is, we are unkillable during his suppression. How about let's test what will happen if Kaja uses his ultimate skill during the pulling from our first skill. As you can see, even if we were suppressed, we were still pulled by the demonic hand forwards since we already casted it before Kaja pulled us. Now let's test Franco's suppression from his ultimate skill if we can counter it using our ultimate skill. As you can see, we were still held by his ultimate, but our Fallen Angel mode still made us unkillable. How about let's try using our first skill first before Franco uses his ultimate skill. As you can see, we are being suppressed by Franco, but we still pulled ourselves toward the specified direction. Now, let's test our skills against Franco's hook. Let's test if we got pulled by Franco during the pulling from our first skill. As you can see, we were able to hook towards the destination, but Franco's hook still prevailed and pulled us to his loving arms. How about let's try using our ultimate skill when we get hooked by Franco. Can we get out of his hook? As you can see, we were still pulled by Franco, but we don't really give up easily. We tested it again but on a later timing. As you can see, we were able to get out of his hook and run away safely. So if you want to counter Franco's hook, just use your ultimate skill a little late. Next, we have Guinevere. Let's see if we can escape the knockup from her second skill with our first skill. As you can see, she was hit by the demonic hand when we attempted to pull out of the area of effect. This is interesting since you can stop her from making you knock up depending on your timing. Because on this next scenario, we tried pulling Argus out a little bit earlier. As you can see, she was able to knock us up but we were pulled towards safety by our first skill. How about let's try using our ultimate skill during Guinevere's juggling. As you can see, we got out from her juggling in midair and just walked out just like maybe what your eggs did. Next, we have Selena. Let's see if we can get out of her 3 years of stun using our ultimate skill. As you can see, we got out of the stun status easily with our ultimate skill. Next up we have Fanny. Let's see if we can stop Fanny from gliding. As you can see, with the right timing, we were able to stop Fanny from gliding towards her specified direction. Next, let's have Farsa. Let's see if our first skill can stop channeling skills like Farsa's ultimate skill. As you can see, Farsa stopped from using her ultimate skill. Well, how about Gord's ultimate skill? Gord's ultimate skill is almost immune to all crowd control skills. Let's see if our first skill can stop Gord from puking rainbows. As you can see, Gord is really unstoppable and just continued on puking rainbows to our dying heart. Next, we have Mincidhar. Let's see if we can escape his first skill using our first skill. As you can see, we were able to escape Mincidhar's pulling skill as long as we cast it on the right timing. So make sure to cast your first skill away right before Mincidhar's spear hits you. Last but not the least, we have Sylvana. Let's see if we can get out of her ultimate skill using our skills. As you can see, we weren't able to get out with our first skill. But with our ultimate skill, we just walked out of her ultimate skill like nothing happened. And again, this is maybe how your eggs got away from your life. In terms of his combo, we usually follow a smooth and satisfying combo for Argus. First we use our first skill to pull towards the target. Then, we use our second skill to curse the target and slow them down. Then, you can choose to use your first skill's second instance to chase the target further if ever needed. If you have Inspire, use it to deal quick basic attacks. Then, deal basic attacks as much as possible to abuse your passive skill as well. Then, use your ultimate skill just before you die or if you are crowd controlled badly. Then, deal basic attacks again and use your skills whenever available. Additional tip: even if your ultimate skill grants you wings, it doesn't mean your movement speed is increased. Take a look on this scenario. Roddick was chasing the dying Nana. But this foolish Roddick used his ultimate skill thinking his movement speed will be boosted. So never do this foolishness at home, okay? Again, let us remind you that your ultimate skill does not activate automatically. So you need to focus on your health points during combat so you have the awareness to use your ultimate skill. Take a look on this scenario. Roddick prioritized being friendly by sending a sticker of peace. But then, he didn't focus on checking on his health bar and was not able to use his ultimate skill. So he faced the consequence of having a short toilet break while waiting for his death timer. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Argus. This video just guides you on how to use Argus the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our favorite lab rat, Rakuten, for being our lab rat for this bootcamp. You can search for him in-game and tell him how much you appreciate him, willing to sacrifice his pride and honor for our sake. Watch his in-game streams and send some flowers and hearts. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Argus. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our coffee account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check out our coffee link on the description of this video. Please only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends bootcamp. Cheers.